Okay, that's the recording that has now started. So welcome to everyone that's here. For anybody that's listening into this after it's been recorded, obviously if you couldn't make it, we totally understand. That's why all these are recorded so that you can play it back. I don't plan for this VC to be half hour, an hour. We're going to keep this one short and sweet, purely just because I know the attention span. Obviously, it's better when it's less minutes catching up. So the partnership that's been announced today, which was with C Money, this is something that's been cooking for a little while. This isn't something that was just planned overnight. And the reason for this partnership is because in line with kind of like the next phases of the project, we need a certain type of investor that comes in at this point, and I'll explain why and how we've got to this journey where we are at this minute with Xtrack. So for anybody that doesn't know, Xtrack came out literally 1 month ago tomorrow. So tomorrow will be the 1 month anniversary, and we've done previous discussions via VC and AMAs. We've explained obviously what the project's about. We can go into that at the end of this VC, obviously in some latest updates that were done today in one of the pinned messages. But born just literally a month ago tomorrow, it came out, very basic bot. The summary is over the period of this month, we've grown and grown and grown in terms of what the actual tools do. Okay, and these are enhancing more and more. For anybody that's been following, we've got a new tool coming out that's called X-Raid, which obviously we're all excited about. And that should be completed very soon. There's the web UI that is to come, which for me personally, I've mentioned this before, I think this will be game changer. So let's lead into the partnership with C Money, why it's important and why the team strategically made this move. Now, for anybody that looks at partnerships, some people think, oh, you've got a partnership. That means the chart's going to pump. We're going to get loads of new investors. That does happen if you pick what I call as a P&D partnership. Okay, so this partnership hasn't been designed to go and get a load of people to buy the chart, and obviously we go on a pump mission. The strategic plan with Xtrack has always been about organic growth, building relationships, and unfortunately that takes time. Okay, and that's why this partnership is very, very crucial to that next process. So we've watched over the last, let's call it 48 hours, 72 hours. You've seen people sell. There's no magic potion to like hide it. People have been selling Xtrack to buy what I call shitcoins, memes, whatever it is. And if you follow these and look through the blockchain, you'll see, unfortunately, they've lost. Okay, so these people are what I call impatient investors. They're not prepared to allow, the process to take place while you build. And this is how utility plays work. So the next phase with C Money coming on board, for anybody that doesn't know him, how he operates and what he does, and he's welcome to come up and speak if he wants to. I just checked the TG. If he wants to step up, we can help him at the end.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and give you a little brief background about me, how I even got involved in the project in the first place. 1 second. Let me mute Discord so all these notifications don't keep making noise.
Yeah, C Money, if it's okay, before we go into why you hooked up with Xtrack, could you just give people a bit of insight about you, maybe a little bit of how
that's what
you've been in this space?
Yeah, I mean, there's no point in discussing without giving my background because, you got to establish some rapport and explain why you would even be brought on in the first place so people know your credentials, essentially. So I have a Series 7. I'm a stockbroker, was a certified financial planner. I was in the finance world for about a decade, but I've been doing crypto since 2016, and I've been full-time doing crypto, running my Discord group that the link is in, basically doing professionally crypto for 3 years now. That's just full time. I got, a big following originally from being an early investor in Binance. I think I called it at $4 and Chainlink at 17 cents. And then crypto crashed. I should have cashed out. Could have had about $30 million, ended up selling way too early. I think a lot of people make the same mistake. You hold a position too long, and it turns out that, it loses all its hype, all the liquidity, all the trading volume goes away, and then you're holding what I call a coin that went to the crypto graveyard. Or you sell too early and you miss Doge or one of these coins that just went bananas that nobody expected out of the blue. So anyway, all right, how I got with this project Xtrack, I work with a bunch of projects, but Xtrack was shielded in my Discord. I have a public area and a VIP area for members. And someone posted about Xtrack, and I get approached all the time to look at projects to review it. So I initially wrote it off and didn't even give it a shot. But then I decided, you know what, like I should, give everything just a glance just to see if there's anything there. So I took a look at it. This sector is very hot right now. Things move quickly. This is a tiny market cap, obviously, for what the potential is. People always say, oh, it's going to go 100x and whatnot. I'm not a moon boy. I'm trying to be realistic. I could see this easily go into about 3 million market cap in a short amount of time based on what the competitors' tech looks like versus what Xtrack has to offer. There is not many, but I don't think there's hardly anybody doing exactly what Xtrack's doing in terms of, the collaboration with the tools on Twitter and whatnot. There was a project called Alpha Scan or whatever that's pretty garbage that tries to do something similar. But long story short, I looked at it. I saw the potential. I always look at everything as risk versus reward. You're not going to get rich investing in Bitcoin. You're just not. Like, okay, it's gone ape shit the last, month or so, and you may have gotten a 2x on it. So even if you had a ton of Bitcoin, you're not going to get rich. What we're looking for is, logical bets that have massive upside. Like I'm talking 10, 20, 30, 40x with actual liquidity that could be life-changing for some people. And all you need is a couple of those plays to build up a huge bankroll, right? So we're taking educated, at the end of the day, crypto is all speculation. They are you're basically almost gambling, but it's called smart gambling, right? So if you see a project that has working product, a hardworking team, the tech's there, the market cap is a joke. I mean, it's, people can create a website in 10 seconds nowadays and get a market with no website, no tech, nothing off some bullshit coin, and they'll get $1 million market cap. So this can easily fly quickly. Liquidity locked. I had a dev look at the contract before I put my own money in. Full transparency. I got no token allocation for shilling this. I went and bought my own tokens. I just like the project. So anyway, it's just a hot area, good tech, good tools, stuff that you will need. I think that's the selling pitch, is that these are tools that you'll need to be a successful trader with, how everything's moving to Telegram bots and all this, it's just ease of quick and speed and all that stuff like that. So anyway, I'm done rambling, but I hope you kind of got an overview of how I came across this. This was not some kind of like paid promo thing. Like I literally had someone else in my Discord show it to me. So it wasn't like my original play. And I keep telling people that. I looked at it myself and I was like, damn, this is pretty cool. Let me invest. And then I got into a conversation. Anytime I buy anything, whether, some of the other projects, I always contact the team to make sure it's not some scam or honeypot or rug or just a bunch of morons running it, right? Because at the end of the day, you can have the world's best tech and product, but if you don't have a good support team around you or team building that knows what they're doing or knows how to market, then it's going to go nowhere. But you can't be all just flash and marketing as well. If there's no substance, then eventually the hype train runs out. So you got to have an even balance.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And it's good that you've stepped up and talked as well, because, that's a big thing. I mean, for me, lots of people do partnerships. They'll just do a tweet or a post and you never hear from them again. What I like about you personally as well, which is an added flavor to the mix, you actually come in the TG. You talk to people, you've asked questions. I've seen you've been curious, you're involved. So coming back to the pitch of what you were talking about in terms of being paid or push this, I've seen personally that you were literally interested from the off. So the fact that you've took that information from what was shielded in your private lounge and you've come here to then check it out, that says a lot about you as a character. So for me personally, I haven't been in the space as long as you have, but that's amazing that, you hit those early ones back in 2016. So for anybody listening in, when you partner with somebody, their rapport and their reputation is massive. And you've just heard that from C Money himself. He's got experience in the space. So how's that going to help Xtrack?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, you're looking at like, I have a lot of partnerships that potential. Like I have connections everywhere, man. I work with multiple major projects in different faculties, whether it be marketing, advising. I know what I'm doing. So a lot of times I'll just straight up tell them like, hey, the UI sucks, or the website needs to be changed, or this is what you should do to change the tokenomics to make it more incentivized for holders, or these are the KOLs that are actually good. I hate the influencer game on Twitter because most of those people are just shilling a new coin every single day. They never even tried the product. They don't even own it. They don't even know what the hell they're talking about. They're just copy and pasting some bullshit message from the team for a couple of grand in tokens or a couple of thousand in stables or whatever, and they don't even know what they're doing. Half of them don't even know how to use MetaMask. Like you have the Twitter influencer space is just cancer. It's just a bunch of morons. So I always let the dollar signs talk for me. You know, like if you don't know what you're doing, you're not going to make any money in this space, right? Most people are going to lose in crypto because it's not for the light, it's not easy, honestly. A lot of it's trial and error. People always ask, well, how do you learn and how do you get better at crypto? I mean, you've got to go out, you got to read. I mean, I'm always reading. I'm always on like 4chan Business. I'm on Reddit. I'm on all the different forums, Telegram, Discord, Twitter. There's so many different sources, so many tools I use. I put together this Discord group that I've been running for a couple of years now, and we've built like a pretty tight-knit group. And the guy that actually referred this coin to me was a guy that was helping me. He's actually in this chat right now, Ernst. He's actually been doing some video editing for some projects. You know, I was making videos for a couple of projects, and he was doing a hell of a job editing videos. But my point is, in this space, there's unlimited bozos out there willing to give crypto advice or opinions for, you know, why would anybody even pay for advice when there's, you know, endless people doing it for free? So the fact that I have 200 paid members means, you know, people are willing to trust my guidance. I'm not going to sit there and shill you dog shit. I'm not going to shill you meme coin crap that's going to rug you immediately. I look for fundamentals. I look for what they call a moat. Like, is there something specific about this product or this niche space that's going to be lucrative? My favorite spaces to invest in right now are the perpetual, dexes like Vela, GMX, GNS, because they're raking in so much money. What made Binance so successful and why I got into BNB early was during the original crypto rush, everybody was buying up all these random coins. But I was like, well, who's going to get rich during this? Like when the gold rush happened back in the day, it wasn't the people that went out mining gold that got rich. It was the people selling the shovels, the people that were selling the transportation and the ends and the lodging. So the same thing. At the time, there wasn't that many CXs. There was like Bittrex and stuff like that. So my philosophy was Binance is growing like wildfire. They're making all this money from people buying and selling constantly. So that was my logic. There should always be logic at every single play. Same thing with Chainlink. Oracles are going to always be needed. And they just, you know, they've ran away with it because they had first mover advantage and they have a huge amount of people working for them. All right, so now I'm not trying to go too far down in this. And if anybody wants to join the Discord and talk to me, I could be happy to tell you all this. But there's different niches that are really profitable right now. We're looking at AI because, you know, Chat GPT and all that stuff brought all the hype into this area. And now there's a lot of money grabs, a lot of scams, but there are also legitimate projects out there, and they're doing huge numbers if they hit. So all you need is one of these moonshots to land. I also like the gambling space. Gambling is always proven to be, a lucrative thing. People are always going to gamble. That's why I invested in like Rollbit and Winner, Just Bet, because they make a ton of money. I always want my investments to pay me residual passive income through staking, which is what I like about Xtrack. They're going to be able to pay back. They're paying back 100% of revenues from advertising on all the new product offerings that are going to come out soon. And then also you got to look at Xtrack. They're going to have CoinGecko and CMC listing, which, you know, that's not like a huge thing, but at the end of the day, that's free marketing. You're on the major websites that everybody looks at for a day. So you're getting thousands of new eyes that might click on your profile and look at it. And with a market cap like this, all it takes is one guy to ape like 5-10 grand and you just got a 2x. Like it's just, but anyway, I had my coffee this morning and I love doing it. That's why I'm so passionate. I feel like I'm on a TED Talk, but I love this crap, man. This is why I'm good at it. I do my research. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, money. I mean, for me personally, I love this. I mean, I love that you interact like this because you know what it tells me? It tells me you're a real person, as obviously you're the person we are listening here. Now, listening to what you talked about in terms of summary of the projects that you kind of put yourself in, they're all long-term plays. They're all stuff that's building. They've got massive potential for the future. So if we're looking at some of the big boy hitters, which obviously you just spoke about, you kind of put an Xtrack in the mix with these kind of solid stuff. And you just obviously relayed there about this being at a 200K market cap and the potential it's got. So it's just insane. Now, it's very evident that you're very intelligent in terms of the market, what you can see for potential. So straight away, that's already over a 10x from where we are now. And that is not really a massive task to complete. So look, I'm on the same page. I love that obviously you've come up here and spoke to the people. I've already seen in the TG that people love what you're saying, and this is the people they want to be around with. Now, I've got a question for you, which is a personal thing for me that I struggle with in the space. And I'm not sure if you're on that same kind of like feeling, but don't you always find that the hardworking projects, the one that grind, do it like almost like the legitimate way, in like the foundations of building organically, not the P&D hype. They always take longer and they always have to grind more to get that success. And obviously, Xtrack, I know it's been out a month, but this to me is well undervalued. So why do you think that is in the market? I mean, is there a trick to the trade that you've worked out, or is we just keep doing what we're doing now, like hooking up with you?
Yeah, people in this space are delusional. People in crypto expect like massive gains right out the bat. Like you're not like they say 40% gain, and that hypothetically in the stock market in a blue chip stock, you're looking at 10% a year on your money, and that's considered a good win, right? Here in crypto, people are not even satisfied with excellent returns. They all just think like as soon as they buy in, they click the buy button, they want like a 10x like out the gates. That's just not how it works. If you watch a natural organic chart, it doesn't spike like that. It's not going to be some massive bar. It's just unsustainable. That's pump and dump essentially. What you'll notice is most of these projects that blow up and become huge have it happens it happens quicker than you think. But for instance, like Chainlink, their chart didn't do jack shit. Pull up CoinGecko and look how it did not move hardly at all, and it went from cents to a few dollars to it just moved up, steady solid gains, and then it just before you know it, it's at $50, and then the other day, like a month and a half ago, it was like $4, $5. And then it had a massive run. So that's like billion-dollar market caps. So things like this can grow quickly. Like, okay, today, like we just had 5 straight buys of $500. We went from, we just went from almost sub 200 market cap to $250,000. Like it's just consistent, steady buys, and the tech is going to speak for itself. This is not a pitch to say like, oh, sell everything and go buy Xtrack. Like at the end of the day, the technology is going to have to speak for itself. If the tools aren't being used and they're not good, then the project's going to fail, regardless of how good your marketing is. But I think the guys I've heard good things about the main dev. I haven't met him, and the guy that brought me on board seems like a very hard worker. So I think the potential is there. I think that if the project continues to do well, they can bring on even more resources. They just brought me on to help with marketing. So the things can evolve, but it's not going to happen in one day. And I'm just so sick of everybody being so delusional in all these Telegram chats. Like I join projects all the time that I know are going to fail just to look at their Telegram, just to like see how stupid these people are. Because like, for instance, and this is getting off tangent, but the other day, there was a huge bridge transfer hack. Like, well, there was something called multi-chain AnySwap, okay? And essentially, the team was based in like China or something, and supposedly the founder got arrested by China police or whatever. I don't know. Whatever. They stole $1 billion essentially in bridge transfer crap, okay? That's fine. So what happened is people made like this fuck multi-chain coin, okay? It was supposed to be like, how they make all these like fuck Gary Gensler, all these meme coins around random events. Like CZ just resigned, and now there's these CZ coins. Those coins never last, and you can just know they're not. They're just pure event-driven money grabs by the dev that creates it. Most of them rug, most of them honeypot. They're just not going to work. So you could just look at projects and know they're not going to be successful, and people will put their hard-earned money into them. I don't ever invest in crap like that because, okay, one of them might go up for a second, but it's not going to be there. 99% of crypto projects don't exist with after a few months of creation or even a year's of creation. If you go pull CoinMarketCap up and you look at the old top 100 from like 2016, 17, 18, the hot coins are not even like, they're not even relevant anymore. It used to be like Neo, which was Ant shares. You had like Ambrosius. There's just endless lists. I was talking about it in my Discord. So my point is, people are always wanting something quick. If it sounds too good to be true, then it is. And if you don't have the patience to let the team actually develop, if they're actually working and putting out quality projects and updates, then you need to just go to a casino, because you're better off just playing roulette at that point. Because you're just pure. If you're running around with a chicken with its head cut off, jumping from investment to investment, that's how you lose money. The only time I've lost money in crypto was not doing my own research and just buying some bullshit coin that some dude on Twitter said was hot, and then you buy the local top, and then everybody sells, and they're on to the next coin. Every single day I see it. These top influencer guys, I don't even know how they get big followings, because they change their plays every 2 seconds. They're talking about a new coin every 2 seconds. If you're in my Discord, everybody will tell you I've talked about the same 3 or 4 plays for over a year now. Like when I told everybody about Dex pools, which ended up becoming Vela, I was an investor at like 8 to 15 cents, and it went all the way up to $7.50. Now it has fallen back with the market, but it's still up significantly, and you had a chance for a 40x there. I was an angel investor in Winter, and everybody was saying, don't invest in just bet, they're bad, blah, 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 blah. But I actually saw what they were doing. They're innovative. They're actually building their own proprietary tech on the blockchain, which never has been done before. Everybody else, like Rollbit, has an amazing UI, but none of their stuff is proprietary. They're just outsourcing from other areas, they're just using they're using a casino license to use third-party games, and those are dime a dozen. So most casino projects are going to fail, but Winter has something that, they're going to have their own network that other gambling projects can build on. Their token, Winter, will be like a gas token. It's kind of like when BNB made their own ecosystem, BSC. That's when BNB went crazy, because it drove the demand for BNB to be used for gas. So anyway, once again, to sum it up, I think Xtrack's going to do well. I'm not here for no reason. I think it's going to do well. I think we're going to see $2 to $3 million within probably 2 to 3 months, especially if the X-ray tool gets advertising slots. I'm looking at maybe even putting my own Discord on there to test it out and see if it drives traffic. I've played with some of the other tools, the influencer tools, where you can see like the hot tokens, or like what influencer has mentioned XYZ token on Twitter. So there's a lot of cool features here. So yes, at this market cap, it's definitely worth the risk reward is substantially. It's a good play. It's a good play.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of things that you noted on there. One was you said about callers and influencers shilling 100 coins. I've said this for a long time. Anybody can shoot 50 coins a day. One of them is going to hit. Law of averages said so. And all these people that say they're based and they do this, you don't see any of these people. And you mentioned that point as well, coming in, talking to investors. Now, it's very evident from your communication today that you clearly educate people in the space. And obviously you've given people a snippet, obviously here today. And that's what your lounge and your Discord group is for. And hence why you turn around and said there, you get people that pay for that service because you do exactly what you say on the tin. You're not this, artificial pump, this, that. You're actually making a difference. And with that experience that you've got, the fact that you've linked up with Xtrack at this low market cap, to me, that's a massive bonus. One, for the team, obviously, in terms of where they're trying to take this with the development and exposure. But for the holders and anybody that's listening to VC, or you're looking in and you want a project to invest, this is huge. For me, partnerships are very, very difficult to kind of nail down, because you have to have a number of meetings. You have to talk with them. Are they the right person for your project? Do they share the same values? And for me, and Money has clearly demonstrated this, if you don't like the project, or you don't feel passionate towards what it can do and where it can go, why the hell would you hook up? Okay, so money is here because you can tell he's passionate about what's being built, what's done. The investors are already here. Now, he mentioned somebody in this, obviously, VC now, Ernst. I know Ernst as well. He's a bloody good guy, all right? But on top of him, there are multiple people in this TG. And if you have networks and you understand how the space works, there are many people in Xtrack already who know how to play the game. They know how to sort of time served, respect, all the things that you need in the space to build this organic sort of vision along the way, which is why the chart is doing what it's doing, not the pump and dump and straight up. And look, we all would love the chart to go to 10 million. But as Money just said, it's not sustainable. It's impossible. What goes up must come down. So these gradual steps to allow people to play, oh, look, I've done a 2x, I'm going to get out. You're going to get those. There are natural traders. They hop coin to coin. But as long as we've got a hardcore solid base, whether that be 78% of the portion that are in it for the long vision, as what we just discussed there, talking 3 to 5 mil market cap area, this is crazy low. So look, for me, I know Money likes to talk and he'll probably come up again and speak more, but like we've just literally hit half an hour. I don't want to go too much into making this an extensive one because this was focused on the partnership. So summary is Money came in. He obviously was shielded by some very respected people in the space. He's took a look in. He loves what he sees. He loves the vision. He loves where the project's trying to go and what it's trying to do to make the space a better place. Because let's be honest, what is the tools actually doing? It's helping you trade better. It's giving you the key information that you need that you can't get from anywhere else. So if that's being put in your lap, I mean, for example, right, if you check the not the pin message of the partnership one before, the team just laid out five grand today, $5,000. What was that for? It was for the monthly subscription for the API. Are you going to pay 5 grand to go and pull all that data? Then have a team that's going to put all that into a quirky, funky kind of like one-stop shop in front of you and go, wow, there's all the data. Of course you're not. Then obviously you need somebody to put all the information, correlate it, the data. Obviously we've got X-Ray come in. The cost alone are worth what the bag costs, say, for example, to get you top tier. So, you know, in 2, 3, 4 months, whatever it be down the line, and we're sat at 3, 4 mil market cap, someone wants top tier, it's going to be very expensive. And Tectonic made a very good point, and he said that eventually down the line, the boys and girls with the top tiers, they're going to be the alpha because only so many people can get access to that top level. And for anybody that hasn't looked at the tiers, if you go and look at them, tiers 1 to 4, they give you different perks, and these will continue to be built on. But I'm really, really bullish on X-Ray and the web UI. If you think the TG bots are good now, wait until the web version comes. You are going to be able to have stuff on your PC screen. Like, I'm a PC guy. I'm not a TG dude in terms of the bots because sometimes the layout can be restrictive. So imagine when they bring the web UI to the table and you've got this screen and it's just got data popping all over in front of you, purely, you know, laid out in a one screen format. That for me, that really excites me. So if we're at this level now, and then we go into the 1-2 mil, web UI comes, we've got X-Ray running, the rev shares. It is absolutely, for me, a no-brainer. And it's evident that Money feels the same way. So, look, I love that. I mean, I want to say a big thank you for you stepping up today. I know everybody's been pumped in the TG that you've turned up today. And I actually am looking really forward to you actually contributing and adding to the education side, not just on Xtrack, buddy, but actually helping people with your words of wisdom, your experience that you've been around the space, and try and just stop these people. Because this is what I try and do with my own lounge. I'm saying to you, I only push a number of projects. I don't have forwarded buy bots and bullshit that comes in. So the fact that there's another voice now in the mix as well, and you want to educate and change people's mindset, if the VC today stops 3, 4, 5 people going, do you know what? I was tempted to sell a bit of Xtrack, but C Money has made me realise he's been around the block. I've only been in the space a year. He clearly knows what he's talking about, so I'm not going to sell. So that alone, that's what I call education. That's making a difference. And that's powerful. And you can't buy that. That is just something that naturally someone wants to do. So, yeah, big thank you. I don't know if there's anything you want to close out with, C Money. Obviously, the links into your Discord. People want to use you a bit more.
Yeah, I know we kept this a little longer than just a normal presentation for a partnership. If anybody wants to ask me more questions about crypto in general, my background, or just about Xtrack, the link for my Discord is in that announcement saying that there was a collaboration partnership, feel free to jump in there. There's over, I think, 1,700 people in there. So it's a good group. It's kind of like a family almost. Everybody's helping each other out. It's not a bunch of Jeets, selling you crap. I mean, I'm not here to sell you my VIP subscription or anything like that. If you're interested in it, sure, DM me. If not, just be a general member and ask questions or participate and work. I at the end of the day, just love, helping people that actually want to learn. If you actually want to grow in this space and educate yourself, then I'll help you, versus people that always just say, even happens in real life, they just say, what should I buy? And I'm saying, it's just not that easy. Like the old saying is, teach a man, give a man a fish, he'll come back and ask you for another one. Teach a man how to fish, then they don't even, I'd rather teach people how to research, look into these coins, identify stuff, factors to look at. That way they can be educated and know what they're doing. I mean, I see it all the time in Telegrams. People be like, why is the price down of the coin? And they're not even looking at the fact that Bitcoin just tanked 1.5% on the hourly or something, and everything's falling. There's just so many different factors. TVL, there's so many things to look at that people just ignore. Like when you're first evaluating a coin, you should always pull up the contract, make sure it's safe, and then look at the holders. Look at the distribution and dispersion of the token to see if it's not ridiculous, one-sided. Look at the tokenomics. Look at the emission schedule. There's a lot of coins that don't even have hardly any of their circulating supply out, that have small market caps, but what people don't understand is the fully diluted value is enormous, and that they're going to get dumped on as these unlocks happen. There's tons of tools out there that show unlocks that are going to happen. A perfect example of that is that token that just came out, WorldCoin or whatever, WLD. It has a insane FDV. It's 23 billion, but the market cap's only 277 million because only 0.4% or 0.3% of the entire supply is out, and it's already in the top 200. So there's a lot of stuff to look at. Pith just did its airdrop. It's an Oracle competing with Chainlink. It's doing really well. It has a lot of upside. There's a lot of stuff to look at, man. So anyway, just join my Discord if you want to talk more, and we'll go from there. And I'm obviously going to be active in the chat with Xtrack, participating. I know that a few of my guys have already bought a bag, and I'm excited to see where this goes. We just got to give the team some time to do their thing. I think we are going to have a winner here. So anyway, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And just one more to close on that as well, because I know people look at partnerships that, we talked earlier about pumping charts. So a partnership for me and my personal view is about growing a floor, not about where the price goes to. So if we take this partnership and the strategic move, this is about exposure, talking to the right people, educating. And you've got to remember, money has only just arrived now. So there'll be people that only turn up into crypto once a week, once a month. So in his Discord group, for example, he'll give updates. He'll obviously express it. So bear in mind that by strategically playing this way, it's a gradual growth, not a instant, obviously, pump out the chart. So for me, we will see this organic floor naturally rising, maintain the floor. People will keep buying the dips, DCA, etc., that you've already seen take place. And then the rest is history. Retail will turn up later when it's at stupid millions. They'll buy the top because obviously they see lots of pretty green candles over a long period of time. Rest is history. So for you that are here now, you are doing what I call the dog work, the dirty bit. It's a little bit kind of like tick along, riding kind of like the low waves. And that's where you get the reward. And we all know if you get into something earlier, the benefits later on are massive. Okay, so for me, it's a closeout on this point. This has been recorded, so anybody that obviously is here now, thank you for turning up and listening. We've got really good numbers, and obviously for anybody that's watching it or has caught up on this the next day or a couple of days later, thank you for taking time to listen. And all I can say is that when you analyze Xtrack, whether you've been in it for a period of time or whether you're looking in new, just go and talk to people that kind of like want to be on the same wavelength as like Money has talked to today. Okay, education. Don't be bringing in people and telling them, come and invest in Xtrack and you'll make a 3x in 2 days. We don't want those people. We want people that want to understand what the tools are, what they do, how they're a benefit to your everyday trading life, obviously to try and make better money. And we've mentioned it before with the tools as well. Gas is going up. The bull run is around the corner. And what's going to happen is people are going to have to be a lot smarter and wiser in terms of where they put the money, because you're not going to be able to ape every single project paying those $5 gas fees that we have been doing. You know, when you're getting into a project and it's $100, $200, $300 gas fee, you are not aping them all. So if you've got tools such as what Xtrack provides, it's going to make you make a smarter decision on investing in that product if it is getting that social interaction.
Yeah, they ape 1 million tokens. I have four holdings. I only have 4.
Yep.
And it's ridiculous to go above that. Like, you can't make it with 4 projects, then you're not going to make it. Like,
oh my God, that is brilliant. It's true. It's true.
Yeah, I would rather have quality than quantity. Yeah, you can go buy a bunch of shit coins and hope that one of them goes up. But in general, if you're not willing to like get excited about the product that you're investing in, like sometimes I've gone all in on just one project just because I just knew that it was going to be the whole thing. That's how I built my bankroll in the beginning. When I left my brokerage firm originally, I had left. I was a young guy, had like $60,000-$70,000 in a 401k. Rather than roll it into an IRA account, I just dumped it all in Coinbase. I bought a couple of random like privacy coins out the gates. Didn't really know what I was doing. And then I ended up just saying, okay, Binance is going to be the thing, man. So I had 30,000 Binance coins at one point, BNB. I dumped the entire 401k into BNB. It went up to about, it spiked from $4 all the way up to about like 20. This was back in 2017 or 18. And then Binance announced they have like these quarterly burns and stuff like that. And on their second burn ever, CZ made this Twitter post. And this was back when crypto was, you didn't have all these stable pairings and stuff. Everything was tied to Bitcoin. So crypto's evolved a lot. It's a lot more developed. It's everywhere. People keep saying crypto's not mainstream. That's bullshit. There's Bitcoin ATMs and gas stations in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. Like, crypto's everywhere. Everybody knows crypto. Anybody that wanted to be in crypto would have been in crypto by now. Like, even your grandparents know about crypto, even children. But that doesn't mean they took the time to actually get invested in it. The people that make the money on it are either the creators of the coins, the early seed or venture capitalist VC investments that can get really good prices, or the people that are smart enough to do, early research and identify what the hot niche sector is going to be and invest in that specific area. And there's always rotations. Like, there's always going to be hot and cold areas. You should be buying the cold areas that nobody's even talking about before. You should be identifying what's going to blow up, what's going to be hot, and go for those areas. Like, and I think NFTs was like the biggest mistake that crypto had. Like, NFTs killed off the normies. Like, it killed off the average Joe, because all these people came into crypto and they all loaded up on Dogecoin and Sheeb and all that at like the highs. Back when Elon was on Saturday Night Live, they were buying NFTs and crap like that. It soaked up all the money. It soaked up all the liquidity. Everybody got burnt. It was Beanie Baby Tulip Mania 2.0, essentially, is what happened. And you're stuck with a picture image that, you paid all this money for, and you're shocked that you can't sell it and that there's not another market for it. I mean, it's delusional. All those things were just cash grabs. The cream of the crop will rise to the top. You could eliminate most of crypto. Like, there's no need for 5,000 CXs or DEXs. They all do the same thing. It's not a very innovative space. Like, crypto is actually a lot more fun back in the OHM, like the rebase and the 3 tokens and all that. Like, that was like a gamified, Ponzi schemes. That was fun times back then. But anyway, I could go on for days about this shit. So I'll wrap it up.
Yeah. We'll definitely close it out, and I won't get into any more discussions because I know what happens. You're like me. You bounce off, obviously, that conversation, and all of a sudden your brain gets ticking, and it's like, wait a minute, I need to talk about that. So, no, I totally agree.
I would love to just do like a crypto talk show. I think I should do that one day where I just do an hour talk show.
Do you not do podcasts or anything like that?
No, I should probably get into it. If somebody has experience in that sector or is like a producer or something, I'd love to maybe set up a crypto show one day or something.
You should do.
But I have
If
done
you
some YouTube videos. I have done a YouTube video of Ernst that did the thing. So yeah. Anyway, that's a discussion for another time. But anyway, I'm done talking. Appreciate
yeah.
you. Have a good one.
No worries, man. You go finish your coffee. But yeah, so look, we'll close it out of that. I'm going to stop the recording now. And I just want to say again, thank you for everybody that's come in and listened today. I know the people that we've got here are excited, love Xtrack, what it's doing. And this is just the next step of many more to come. So much love to everybody as always. And the weekend is upon us. So let's crack on. Take care all.